Hello everyone, welcome to another book review. Today let's relax with a cup of tea and the book called Growing Big Dreams by Robert Muss. I have to say that I own a few books from Robert Muss, not many, just a few. But Growing Big Dreams is the most recent one that I bought and I really love it. Let's chat a little bit about Robert, the author. He is such an exquisite storyteller. When you start one of his books, it's like you are having a conversation with a loving friend that wishes you well. Through his writing style, Robert shows how passionate he is about the subject of shamanism and dreaming. He also sprinkles a lot of examples and experiences that he had and also other people around him had by using certain techniques and methods. So, long story short, if you are into shamanism and dream work, I think that Robert Muss can prove to be of great help. Now let's get back to his book, Growing Big Dreams. Again, this book is not heavy at all, but it's full of thoughtful words that makes you really want to do some inner work. Also sparks those inner conversations that make you sometimes cry because you forgot about that inner creative child, and also makes you smile that you found him or her again. It took a long time for me to finish this book because I loved to savor every page and every exercise to take my time. Now I want to show you the table of contents and let's dive a little bit into each chapter to see what it contains. So, in chapter 1, called Dreams Show You the Secret Wishes of Your Soul, you will find many ideas related to the fact that the soul conveys to you its deepest desires and even advice through dreams, and that you should start paying attention to your dreams for guidance, and you should try and strive to decode your dreams in order to unravel what the higher self tries to communicate to you. You will find many examples here on how to decode your dreams, how to re-enter in dreams during meditation to gain even more information, things like that. Your greater Imagineer is your magical child. In this chapter, you will find more information about how to connect with that inner child and how to make things up as we used to when we were little. This chapter really helped me a lot because I was so disconnected from that part of myself, and the meditations that were added to this chapter were really helpful and brought even tears to my eyes and laughter as well after doing them. In chapter 3, What is Your Way may be your way. This chapter hit a chord in me when I've read this paragraph. You'll never truly know yourself or the strength of your relationships until both have been tested by adversity. Like truly you start to know much about yourself when you are faced with obstacles. Those periods should be treated as opportunities to find ways to strive in life. In the face of adversity, the people around you will show you their true colors. So this chapter kind of puts things into perspective of how you can do things better. Of course, there are also some awesome exercises in here. To give you an example, you have to remember a challenging time in your life. You have to describe that challenge very well. And then you have to think about the gift that this challenge brought you. So that particular exercise was really cool because I started to view nasty events in my life as a way for me to discover my own gifts. So I really like that chapter. In chapter 4, which is called You Have Treasures in the Twilight Zone, Again, here in a nutshell, the author speaks about how to access to your advantage that state between awake and asleep to get spiritual experiences. And here you will find some interesting stories. In chapter 5, which is called Your Body Believes in Images, this is something that you probably know already about. That when you are trying to manifest something, you have to visualize it, you have to imagine in a manner that stirs emotions within the body as well. And as the body is the subconscious mind, it will react better if you get to feel those emotions as if the thing you desire already happened. Things like that you will find in this chapter. Chapter 6, Your Big Story is Hunting You. I really love this chapter because I started to have these visions of Kali, and because of that I ended up buying the Kali Oracle to work a little bit more with this fearless energy. And soon enough in the chapter I found this synchronicity because actually in this chapter the author starts to tell us about the story of a woman who was having a sleep paralysis, and in that state she was sized by Kali. So I found that synchronistic paragraph very interesting. Anyway, let's move on. Chapter 7 is called You Are Magnetic. And here you will find stories again about the idea that you are magnetic, that all things which are similar are connected and drawn to each other. In chapter 8, which is called There is a World of Imagination and It is Entirely Real, I mean, the title speaks for itself, but what I liked mostly from this chapter is the following imaginal exercise called Through the Blue Fire. And you have to imagine yourself in a classroom surrounded by different books. And what you have to do is to take one of the books, and as soon as you open the book in your imagination, you have to see what type of world opens up to you. So it was a really fantastic exercise to do on a Friday night. Chapter 9. It's called If You Can See Your Destination, You Are Halfway There. In here you will be introduced to the 3 pillars of creation, which according to Robert Moss are desire, belief and feeling. And again here you will find an imaginal exercise called The Island of Your Heart Desire. And Robert Moss takes you on an imaginary adventure. And I really like these exercises because they are cool and very relaxing. Okay, so basically in this chapter you have to find what is your most important desire. What do you actually want out of life? In chapter 10, which is called You Can Grow a Dream for Someone Who Needs a Dream, I really love these paragraphs from this chapter the most. Let me read them for you. Guarani shamans perform soul healing by giving you the right words. When a shaman is talking to you, they say he or she is giving you soul. The term Ayu means world soul. We can learn to be soul singers and word actors for each other. So these 2 paragraphs I really loved because it sparks this idea that we can heal each other by the way we speak to each other. Okay, so this chapter encourages you to speak kindly to one another. So I really love that. And the book has 2 more chapters, chapter 11 and chapter 12, but I will let you discover them for yourself. So all in all, it's a beautiful written book that I personally wanted to take my time with. I think it took me, I don't know, maybe a month to finish because I wanted to pass once or twice through each of the exercises to digest the information well. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. But keep in mind that you will find more things that will appeal to your inner child and are less grown up, so to speak. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time. Have a good day.